Hey guys, this is my fourth day in Taiwan. After our 3-day conference, we got the chance to have a trip as a group. We are going to North Coast. Supposedly, this would be a raw video, no voiceover, but the audio of this video is not that good, so I decided to share my testimony about why I am here and what brought me here. I really believe that everything happens for a reason. Joining the missions night last December 2025 was something I was actually hesitant about. I only went because our leader said we would have a meeting after the event. If not for that, I probably wouldn't have attended. Eventually, the meeting didn't even push through, but since I was already at the venue, I decided to stay and join the missions night. During the time I was seated beside my friend, he kept looking at me because she thought I was about to cry again as a crybaby. But actually, I really couldn't hold back my tears during that time. I even told the Lord, Lord, tama na. Ayoko nang umiyak. But that's how God speaks to me. Even though it wasn't said in the preaching of Pastor Rich and Mrs. Bishop during that time, wasn't something that would normally make someone cry. But my tears just kept flowing and I can't stop it. I don't understand why it is, like that. But yeah, in my mind, I was already talking to God. I said, Lord, I don't know what your plan is. I don't know where you will bring me. I don't have any idea how everything works. But if you are calling me for missions, then for the go, Lord. For the go. Guys, saan pa yan? Then they announced Access 1, which required a registration fee of more than 1,000 pesos since it includes a meal. At that time, I didn't have extra budget because I had bills to prioritize, but I still wanted to try and see if this was really for me. So I asked the Lord that if was His will, He would provide the registration fee. And eventually, He did. During Access 1 training, I found myself crying again, but just a silent, you know, not that cry, not that one. It felt like everything the trainees were saying was deeply moving, but not really actually. I began to gain a little bit understanding of missions, but I was still unsure if it was really for me. The trainer said we need to join Access 2 to become fully members of their missionary organization, and it would take place in Taiwan. I got excited honestly. I've always wanted to travel abroad, but it never happened because, my friends, they're good in making plans, drawing yung mga friends ko. Mahilig sila mag-drawing, guys. So, basically, this would be a good opportunity. In my mind, this would be, travel with purpose. Wow. Still, I had hesitation actually. I told the Lord that if I could buy a plane ticket, then maybe it really was His will for me to go. And He provided again. I was able to purchase the ticket, and at that point, there was no turning back. Even after buying the ticket, I still had doubts. I questioned if I was just using God's work as an excuse to travel. I didn't know what would come next. For several days, I felt a mix of emotions, excited yet confused. With so many questions, I just kept telling myself that maybe trying something outside my comfort zone would help me. 1 week before our flight, I was cramming to finish all my tasks for my client since I wouldn't bring my laptop. My excitement faded and stress took over. On the day of the flight, I felt nervous, especially after reading and watching so many immigration horror stories online. Bro, nakakatakot ma-offload, especially after spending so much. Honestly, I wasn't fully prepared with documents. I planned to just show everything on my phone. Aside from the printed conference details and attendance, I don't have any hard copy with me. I prayed and applied the blood of Jesus over everything. And I believe, with the prayers and blessings of my leader, God truly favored me. Because, what do you mean? The immigration officer only asked me two questions. Number one, for conference ka rin? Then I said yes. Number two, saan pastor niyo? Then I called one of the pastor who are with us, and the immigration officer asked something to him, and then he stamped my passport, and that was it. I was amazed at how fast everything went, especially since two of my fellow trainees were questioned for a long time. Yeah, literally. I don't, maybe it was 30 minutes, I don't know. During the conference and training, I stayed fully focused. You know what? I learned so much during my during the conference and training. My vision and understanding of the Great Commission expanded deeply. I felt a strong urge to be sent to nations where workers are truly needed, especially to the unreached groups. I hadn't even turned to the Philippines yet, but I already wanted to be sent out immediately. But you know what? Reality is different. I'm back here in the Philippines waiting for God's clear direction for what's next. You know what? I never planned to stay long in a foreign country. Never imagined I would do that. My life here in the Philippines is already comfortable. Well, too comfortable. To the point that I became stagnant. Cross-cultural missions never even crossed my mind. Last January, I had already set my goals for the year. I had my own plans, but everything changed in an instant when I joined the training in Taiwan. This training also opened opportunities to visit different countries through blessed programs, a kind of missionary exposure program. But even if my desire to travel in different countries is slowly fading, instead, I now desire to go directly to the country where God is calling me, to stay there for a period of time and start a ministry. I don't really know how to end this, but there's still so much I want to share, but I think this testimony is very long enough. So I'm just going to end this way. I believe God allowed everything to happen because He has a greater purpose. And if you are still here watching this video, hearing this testimony, I believe God is calling you to do something too. I want to encourage you to do it, to say yes to God, even if you don't fully understand, even if you have many questions, even if you're unsure of what's next. Sumunod kahit hindi alam ang kasunod. To God be the glory.